This question is giving us two equations and is talking to us about the number of solutions. And so that's an intersection. If you have multiple equations and we're talking about how many solutions there are, we're talking about where do these two functions on a graph intersect each other. And for intersections, you got to get these both in the y equals and set them equal. So this is a little easier because they're both already in the y equals format. So setting them equal is nice and easy. Negative 4.5 equals x squared plus 5x plus b. And now we have a quadratic situation. It has x squared in it, x squared and x. And so once we know we have a quadratic, we say to ourselves, this is a quadratic. And that's our reminder to get one side equal to 0, hopefully on the side where x squared is positive. So for us, we can add 4.5 to both sides, and it would look like x squared plus 5x plus b plus 4.5, and that's all equal to 0. The next thing we should notice is we're being told that this intersection has one solution. So the number of solutions of a quadratic, that's a reference to the idea of the discriminant. And the discriminant is part of the quadratic equation, negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And we're going to put some numbers in here that have nothing to do with this question to show you what happens. If you have a positive, 0, or negative discriminant. So if the discriminant is positive, you'll have two solutions because here we would have added and taken away 2. If the discriminant is 0, you'll have one solution because we're not adding or taking away anything. And here, if the discriminant is negative, you have no solutions because there's a negative under the radical, and that's not allowed in math. So the question is telling us there's one solution. So in other words, it's this situation. It's the idea that b squared minus 4ac equals 0. So what is a, b, and c for us right now? Well, the a is the 1 in front of the x squared. The b is the 5 in front of the x. And the c is all of this stuff. Everything that doesn't have an x attached to it. So that's very confusing in a couple of ways. Number one, C is 2 items. And number two, it has the letter B in it. But the A, B, and C up here, those are just the positions of them. And the B is an actual variable we're working with. And that shows up a lot on the SAT itself. So B squared minus 4AC equals 0. 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times B plus 4.5 equals 0. 5 squared is 25 minus 4 times 1. And now we're distributing the 4. 25 minus 4b minus 18 equals 0. So we distributed the negative 4 into the b and the 4.5. 25 minus 18 is 7. 7 minus 4b equals 0. Add 4b to both sides and divide by 4. B equals 7 over 4. And that's answer choice C in this question.